Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when we must stop waiting for someone to rescue us. No knight in shining armor is coming. No miracle is waiting around the corner. If we keep depending on others, on their approval, their support, their validation, we will always remain at their mercy, never truly free to live on our own terms. You see, life is unpredictable. People will leave, promises will break. The hands you once held on to so tightly may slip away when you need them the most. And if your strength is borrowed from someone else, what happens when they are no longer there? From the moment we open our eyes to this world, we are conditioned to seek support. As children, we depend on our parents to guide us, to protect us, to reassure us when things go wrong. We look to our teachers for knowledge, our friends for comfort, and as we grow older, we begin to believe that our strength lies in the presence of others. We think we are strong because of the people standing beside us. We measure our confidence by the validation we receive, and we judge our worth based on how much others appreciate us. But the reality is, true strength has never been about who stands with us. It has always been about who we are when we stand alone. It is easy to believe that we need someone else to push us forward, that without external support, we will crumble under the weight of our struggles. But look around you. Some of the strongest people in the world are not those who had the most help. They are the ones who learned to survive when no help was given. Strength is not given to you by others. It is something you cultivate from within. It is built through challenges, hardships, and moments of solitude when no one is there to hold your hand. People come and go. This is the undeniable truth of life. The ones you thought would always be there might walk away without a second thought. The shoulders you leaned on today might not be available tomorrow. If your strength is borrowed from someone else, what happens when they leave? Does your courage disappear with them? Does your confidence collapse? The moment you tie your strength to another person, you hand them control over your resilience. And that is dangerous because no one, no matter how much they love you, can carry you forever. There will be moments in life when you will be tested in ways you never imagined. You will fall. You will face rejection, betrayal, and loss. And in those moments, if your strength is dependent on others, you will break. But if you have built your foundation within yourself, no storm will be strong enough to shake you. The ones who survive, who thrive, who turn their pain into power are those who do not wait for someone to save them. They become their own rescue. Society has a way of making us believe that we are incomplete without others, that we need someone to validate our dreams, to confirm our worth, to give us permission to succeed. But the truth is, you are already complete. The only thing you lack is the belief that you can stand on your own. Every great achievement begins with one person who chooses to trust themselves, who refuses to be limited by doubt, who understands that real power comes from within. Strength is not in the applause of others. It is not in how many people support you. It is not in the safety of someone else's presence. Strength is in waking up every morning and choosing to keep going no matter who is watching. It is in trusting yourself when no one else does. It is in picking yourself up when there is no hand to help you. It is in knowing that even if the whole world turns its back on you, you will still stand because your strength has never belonged to them. It has always been yours. Depending on others is a habit we develop without even realizing it. From a young age, we are taught to seek approval, to look for reassurance, to rely on someone else's presence to feel safe. It starts small. A child holding their parent's hand, a student looking to a teacher for guidance, a friend seeking comfort and companionship. Over time, this reliance grows, and before we know it, we become conditioned to believe that we cannot function without external support. We tell ourselves that we need someone to motivate us, to encourage us, to remind us of our worth, and so we wait. We wait for someone to pick us up when we fall, to push us forward when we hesitate, to tell us that we are capable. But what happens when there is no one there? What happens when the people we depend on are no longer around? The truth is, depending on others makes you vulnerable. It puts you in a position where your confidence, your decisions, and even your emotions are tied to someone else's presence. You feel strong when they are with you, but the moment they leave, you start questioning yourself. You hesitate, you doubt, you feel lost. This is the danger of dependency. It makes you forget that you were always capable on your own. Strength that comes from others is temporary, but strength that comes from within is unshakable. There is nothing wrong with seeking support, but there is a difference between support and dependency. Support is when you allow others to uplift you while still knowing that you can stand on your own. Dependency is when you cannot function without them. It is when you refuse to take a step unless someone holds your hand. It is when you base your self-worth on someone else's validation. The moment you start depending on others for your strength, you lose control of your own life. You become fragile, easily shaken, always needing someone to reassure you, and that is not true strength. True strength is knowing that even if no one stands with you, you will still keep moving forward. People change, circumstances shift. The ones you thought would always be there might disappear without warning. If your success, your happiness, your confidence are all built on their presence, then what happens when they leave? The reality is no one can carry your burdens for you. No one can fight your battles for you. People might encourage you, they might inspire you, but at the end of the day, it is you who must take action. It is you who must decide whether to rise or fall. The strongest people are not those who have the most support. They are the ones who have learned to be their own support. They are the ones who do not wait for others to believe in them because they already believe in themselves. They do not wait for someone to open doors for them because they know how to break barriers on their own. They do not fear standing alone because they have realized that self-reliance is the most powerful weapon anyone can have. There will be moments in life when you feel abandoned. When you look around and realize that no one is there to hold you up, in those moments, you will have two choices. Either break down, believing that you cannot go on without support, or stand tall, realizing that you never truly needed anyone in the first place. The only thing that has ever held you back is the belief that you are not enough on your own. The day you let go of that belief is the day you become unstoppable. Failure is something we all fear. It is that shadow that lurks behind every decision, every risk, every dream. We are terrified of falling, of making mistakes, of watching everything we work for slip away. But what we often fail to understand is that failure is not the enemy. It is not the thing that destroys us. It is the thing that shapes us. It is an unavoidable part of growth, a test of resilience, a lesson that cannot be learned in any other way. The problem is not failure itself. The problem is how we handle it. Most people are not afraid of failure. They are afraid of failing alone. They are afraid of standing up without anyone to catch them, of facing their struggles without a comforting voice telling them everything will be all right. And so they hesitate. They refuse to take risks unless they are certain that someone will be there to pull them back if things go wrong. This is why so many dreams never turn into reality. People spend their whole lives waiting for support, for approval, for a helping hand that may never come. But the truth is, waiting for someone else to lift you up after failure is the biggest mistake you can make. No one else is responsible for your success. No one else is responsible for picking up the pieces when things fall apart. That is your job and yours alone. When you fail, the easiest thing to do is look for someone to blame, someone to comfort you, someone to tell you that you did your best. But none of that will change the reality of the situation. What will change the situation is your own ability to rise again. Strength is not in never failing. It is in refusing to stay down. The people who achieve great things in life are not the ones who never faced failure. They are the ones who refuse to let failure define them. They did not wait for someone else to give them a second chance. They created their own. Life is unpredictable. People will leave. The support you once relied on may disappear in an instant. If you have trained yourself to only rise when someone is there to lift you, what happens when that support is gone? Will you remain on the ground, waiting for a hand that may never reach out? Or will you force yourself to stand, even with shaking legs, even with uncertainty, even with doubt clawing at your mind? That is the difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck. Those who succeed know that failure is just a chapter, not the whole story. The world is filled with people who never reached their full potential simply because they refused to move forward without support. They let one failure convince them that they were not capable. They let the absence of encouragement make them believe they were not enough. But the strongest people, the ones who truly create impact, are those who do not wait for someone to tell them to try again. They do not rely on motivation from others. They do not sit around hoping for validation. They rise no matter how many times they fall, and they do it without expecting anyone else to lift them. Failure is inevitable. At some point, you will face setbacks. You will experience moments where everything feels like it is falling apart. And in those moments, you will have a choice. Either stay down, waiting for someone else to fix things for you, or take responsibility for your own comeback. Because in the end, standing up is always a choice. The only question is, will you make it? Waiting is a habit that silently steals our time, our opportunities, and our potential. We convince ourselves that we are not ready, that the circumstances are not perfect, that we need someone else's approval before we take the next step. And so we wait. We wait for motivation, for clarity, for a sign that tells us it is the right moment to begin. But the truth is, waiting is just another form of fear. It is an excuse we create to avoid taking responsibility for our own progress. The more we wait, the more we delay the life we are meant to live. Expecting others to push us forward is one of the greatest mistakes we can make. We look for validation from people who may never understand our vision. We depend on encouragement from those who may never fully support us. We hold ourselves back because we believe that we need someone else to confirm that we are capable. But waiting for someone else to give us permission to chase our dreams is the fastest way to ensure that we never reach them. Opportunities do not come to those who wait. They come to those who create them. The world does not pause for anyone. Life moves forward with or without us. And every moment we spend waiting is a moment we will never get back. The people who achieve great things are not necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are simply the ones who refuse to wait. They take action even when they are unsure. They move forward even when the path is unclear. They do not waste time seeking validation because they understand that their dreams belong to them alone. The habit of expecting others to make things easier for us is a trap. We hope that someone will come along and open doors for us, that someone will guide us through the difficult parts, that someone will tell us exactly what to do, but no one else can walk our path for us, no one else can make our decisions, and no one else will care about our success as much as we do. Depending on others to shape our futures, like handing them the pen and expecting them to write a story that is meant to be ours. Fear of failure is often the reason we hesitate. We want certainty. We want guarantees. We want to know that if we take a step forward, everything will work out perfectly. But life does not offer guarantees. If we keep waiting for the perfect moment, it will never come. If we keep expecting others to lead the way, we will always be a step behind. The only way to move forward is to take control, to stop making excuses, to stop assuming that we have unlimited time to figure everything out. There is power in action. There is strength in taking the first step without waiting for anyone else to approve it. Every great success begins with a decision. a decision to stop hesitating, to stop expecting, to stop waiting for someone else to show the way. The most successful people in the world are not those who never had doubts or fears. They are the ones who refuse to let those doubts control them. They are the ones who understood that the only way to achieve anything is to start, no matter how uncertain the journey may seem. Time is passing, and every moment wasted in hesitation is a moment lost forever. The world belongs to those who take action, not to those who wait for the perfect moment. Strength is built through movement, through risk, through learning as we go. Those who wait for others to guide them will always be left behind. The only way to move forward is to stop expecting, stop waiting, and start creating the life we want on our own terms. Power is not something that is handed to you. It is not something you wait for. It's something you hope someone else will give you, or something that magically appears when the circumstances are perfect. Power belongs to those who claim it, those who stand up and decide that they are in control of their own lives. The people who shape the world, who break barriers, who achieve the impossible, are not the ones who sit back and wait for permission. They are the ones who take action, who refuse to let fear dictate their choices, who understand that nothing changes until they make it change. Many people spend their lives waiting for the right opportunity. They tell themselves they will start when they have more experience, when they have more support, when someone gives them a chance. But the truth is, the perfect moment does not exist. There is no ideal time when everything will fall into place, no guarantee that someone will recognize your potential and open the doors for you. The only way to move forward is to stop waiting and start acting. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence, luck, or resources. It is the ability to take initiative, to step up even when they are uncertain, to claim the power that has always been theirs. The world does not favor those who hesitate. It moves quickly, rewarding those who are bold enough to take risks, who believe in their own ability, who do not need someone else to tell them what they are worth. Those who wait for approval, for validation, for someone to tell them they are ready will always be left behind. Power is not given, it is taken. It is earned through action, through resilience, through the willingness to step into the unknown. The people who create change are not those who wait for the right conditions. They are the ones who make things happen regardless of the obstacles in their way. Depending on others for power is a dangerous game. It puts you at the mercy of their decisions, their opinions, their limitations. If your confidence is built on someone else's approval, what happens when they take it away? If your success is tied to their support, what happens when they decide to walk away? True power is not found in the hands of others. It is found within you, in your ability to stand tall even when no one stands with you, in your refusal to let circumstances dictate your potential, in your determination to take control of your own destiny. Fear often holds people back from claiming their power. They worry about failure, about rejection, about what others will think. But the reality is, fear never goes away. If you wait until you feel completely confident, you will never take the first step. Those who achieve great things are not fearless. They simply refuse to let fear stop them. They understand that power is built through experience, through trying and failing and trying again. They do not waste time worrying about what others think, because they know that success is not about being liked, it is about being relentless. Time does not wait for anyone. Every moment spent hesitating is a moment lost. The opportunities that exist today may not exist tomorrow. The only way to ensure progress is to take action, to stop asking for permission, to step forward even when the path is unclear. Those who claim their power do not wait for guarantees. They push through setbacks. They refuse to let anyone else define their worth. Power belongs to those who are willing to reach out and take it, who refuse to stand in the background, who understand that everything they need has always been within them.